Hello, Southwest Florida. Welcome back to Lee Pitts Live on WINK-CBS. I guess you will never know where Lee Pitts Live is today, or yesterday, or the day before, or in the future. I pop up everywhere now, and I love doing it, covering the community with the community's TV talk show. We're the only television talk show in Southwest Florida, and we're so thrilled to be here for the grand opening of AIDS Healthcare Foundation, also known as AHF Foundation. They have been doing an outstanding job in the community, and now they're opening up their new location in the heart of the city of Fort Myers. Lee Pitts Live will be here from end to end, covering this grand opening of this spectacular setting, this wonderful building, and all the great leaders who will be coming through to explore this facility that's going to make a huge difference in the community in terms of helping people and educating people in the area of HIV and AIDS. We have the mayor here of the city of Fort Myers, who's no stranger to grand openings. He has come out this morning to do the traditional ribbon cutting ceremony of another business expansion in his fine city. So without further ado, Mr. Mayor Kevin Anderson, the city of Fort Myers. Welcome to Lee Pitts Live.
Good to be here, Lee.
Did you get up this morning and do your power walk first? I hear you talking about walking along the water.
I sure did.
Well, how many you got in? How many? What's your?
I average about 3 miles.
Okay. Yeah. Nice little pace.
Yeah, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll pick the parking garage and walk up to the top, so I get a little bit different workout.
Okay. Yeah. Do you? What time you usually hit? You get to beat the sun?
I try to be out before the sun. Absolutely, that sun's a killer.
Yeah, but it's a good thing to have in Fort Myers, huh? We
yes,
got sunshine.
Yes, it is.
Well, Mr. Mayor, we meet again at another wonderful grand opening of another great business in your fine city. It's always good to see business expansion here.
Oh, absolutely. You know, when new businesses open or existing businesses expand, that usually equates into more jobs. And more jobs is good for a community.
I see. Talk about your role here today.
So I'm basically just going to snip a ribbon.
You don't make any comments or anything?
I'm always prepared if they would like me to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready to let the people know. You know, AHF is a huge organization across the country.
Yes, sir.
They serve well over 2 million people. So we're happy to have them here in Lee County. And, you know, they've actually have some roots here because in 1987, if you remember ICANN, the Island Coast AIDS Network opened up. And I think it was somewhere around...
That was over on McGregor?
Yeah,
yes.
Around McGregor. And I think somewhere around 2012, they were absorbed by AHF.
And now the growth, the obvious growth from what we're seeing, I know you haven't had a formal opportunity to tour this new facility, which you will get, but from what we see from right here, it looks like they've done a wonderful job, huh?
Oh, absolutely. It's a great-looking building, great-looking facility, I should say.
Mm-hmm. We're sitting here just off of 41, and I see a whole lot of work being done on 41 over the years in terms of the road itself. It looks like it's pretty much concluded now, and the thoroughfare has a great ingress and egress, and the whole process is moving smoothly. I may be off a little bit on completion, but can you give us an update on what's going on in this area of 41, say from Colonia all the way back here to downtown?
So as you know, FDOT, Florida Department of Transportation, redid 41, put in some medians. The last piece of that that's left is landscaping. So within the next couple months, you'll see the landscaping go in. That will kind of help beautify the area a little bit. But the city is working very hard to transform 41. You know, 41 is the main corridor.
Yes, sir.
And over the years, it has declined. So we're working very hard to attract developers and businesses back to 41 to make it that thriving corridor that it used to be.
Yes, sir. I think that is a great area to focus on. 41, Fowler, those types, ML King, those types
Palm
of areas.
Beach, yeah.
Palm Beach. Yes, Palm Beach, exactly. As the gateways into downtown and just as a the forward progress of the city of Fort Myers.
Oh, absolutely.
Expound on it, if you will.
Well, I mean, just take Midtown alone, and that's bordered by Evans and 41 and Martin Luther King and Edison. A lot of activity going to start happening there. Montage apartments, I think somewhere around 300 units. They've already got the second story built. They're starting to lay the blocks for the third story. The police headquarters going in there at Fowler and Market, the new police headquarters. The news press site, I think we're ready to move on that with a developer, which is hopefully going to bring a hotel, grocery store, office space, and more housing. That's a great intersection. A lot of cars go by there. And what we're hoping between that and the police headquarters site, that will spur some activity on Fowler Street.
Mm-hmm. What is the process in terms of planning as the city continues to grow in terms of the ratio of livable space, residential and commercial?
So we have a comprehensive plan that gets updated every so many years, and that tries to, with that we try to balance everything. One exciting thing that's coming up is in November we're going to ask the citizens of Fort Myers to approve a general obligation bond, a GO bond, for $75 million. That's going to be used strictly for adding additional green space and recreational spaces in the city and improving the existing parks that we have. Mm-hmm. Now, there's a formula based on population in square miles. We are probably about 37% of where we should be with the green space. So this will allow us to get well into that 50 percentile bracket.
I see. Back to where we are today, what do you hope that when people come here and experience this grand opening of this new location for AHF Foundation, that they would take away from today?
Well, I hope they will recognize that 40 years ago, people were dying from AIDS. It was an epidemic. A lot of unknowns. Didn't know really how it got caused, how you contracted it. It took a while to put all that together. And here we are 40 years later, and people are no longer dying. I mean, I'm sure there are still people who experience death from AIDS, but there are more people living with AIDS now. Mm-hmm. And so not only do they offer services for treatment, but they also offer a variety of services for prevention as well.
Outstanding, yes. In terms of education, I can expound on that because I've done a lot of interviews around this topic over the years, which brings me here today, is that now they've gotten to the point where people are living full lives. Just like any other chronic disease, treated properly, you can live a full life now with the HIV virus. They have all these different medications. Shout out to the scientists who got the work done, and now it's just treated like any other chronic disease, high blood pressure, diabetes and things like that if you take your medication.
Right, it's treatable, mm-hmm. It can be managed, and it no longer has that stigma that it had years ago.
That's great. Overall, Mr. Mayor, you've been around here for a minute in different capacities. How is Fort Myers / Lee County, do you think we are in terms of healthcare? Do we have world-class, tight healthcare facilities in our community and able to service the community in all different areas of healthcare?
So I can tell you, Lee, from my perspective, we have great healthcare. However, the leadership at Lee Health, they are striving to get to that point where it is world-class. They're starting to partner with these major healthcare systems that are world-class, and they're slowly bringing them to our area. So healthcare is only going to get better. You know that out there in Colonial, the oncology, they have and I wish I could remember the name of it. It's a special MRI. It used to be you had to have two separate ones. This one allows it to be done together, and it gives you a better reading. We're the only place in Florida that it's not connected to a university.
Oh, really? All
the other locations it's connected to either University of Miami, I think UCF, maybe USF, but we're the only ones not connected to healthcare. So that shows that we're on the map.
We're on the map. Well, Mr. Mayor, I know you have to go and do your duties. It's been a pleasure to have you to stop by here at Lead Pitch Live. Looking forward to talking to you in the future. Remember, Miami might have the oranges, but AIDS Healthcare Foundation has got the
Juice.
They got the juice. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody. This is Lee. I'm so glad that you watched that particular show. And if you enjoyed that show, we got other shows like that. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel. Watch Lead Pitch Live on demand anytime. And also hit us up on all our social media platforms. Just type in Lead Pitch Live, and there you go.